Good day and welcome to Production Talk. My name is Reinhardt and in today's video we will show you how to set up your audio interface in your DAW. So you've just purchased your DAW and audio interface and you are ready to get going. But wait, there's a few things you should do before you start recording. First of all, you need to make sure that you've got everything you need to do the hardware setup. You should have an audio interface, a USB printer square cable, and a power supply should your interface require external power supply to operate. Make sure that you do your research well before purchasing an audio interface so that you know what technology the interface is using to connect to your computer. You get interfaces that use Firewire, Thunderbolt, and even network cables to connect, so make sure your computer can accommodate the connection before you purchase an audio interface. Setting up the hardware is very easy. You connect the interface to the computer with a cable, in this case a USB cable. Once the device is connected, the driver should automatically install on a PC, but if it doesn't, you should have received the driver's CD or DVD, or you can download and install the drivers from the manufacturer's website as well. So now that you've set up the hardware, we can have a look at what you're going to do on the computer in your software to get it set up and going in there. So when you open your DAW or Studio One, in this case I'm using Studio One Professional, this is the screen that you will get. And to set up your hardware, you are going to go to Studio One, Options, and they have all your features that you can select for your external devices, audio setup, general settings, everything. But you want to go to audio setup. It doesn't really matter what DAW you're using, what DAW it is that you're using. There should be an option somewhere with preferences or options or settings where you can go and you're going to do your hardware and your audio setup. External devices is something a bit different, so we are now only going to be focused on audio setup. Okay, so what you're going to do is, usually with your audio device, you're going to have to select your device depending on what device you are using. So in this case, you can see you can select your audio box, Mega, or any of the ones of the drivers you have installed or that the computer installed automatically. That is the one you're going to select. I'm just for now going to select this one. So you can see what's happening with that. You're going to find your what they call your block size or your samples, and that is where you're going to select your sample size or pretty much your latency into what you will receive into your DAW. Now, something that I've experienced myself, a good buffer size, something that is not too late but still also won't really use that much resources with your processor, is 128. And that will give you around 10 milliseconds of latency see. So that is actually a very good one to aim for. If you don't have that strong or powerful processor, you can maybe take it a bit down, but you might pick up a bit of latency. But then again, on the interface, you can go and just mix a little bit between the device and the direct outputs that's on the interface itself. Okay, so now we've got everything set up here, but one thing I can also say, when you record, this is a sample size, or you can play around with this to get a nice sample size or latency, but I would suggest when you're mixing and you're playing back and you don't have to record, just go and move this as far away as possible or to the biggest amount of samples, because then you're not needing all that quick processing power to happen. So then you can just work with the audio that your computer plays back at you and you can tweak it and mix it there. Okay, so this is the basics of getting your interface set up. So now when you go into a song, so let's quickly go into a song and create a song. I'm just going to go going to go that. I'm not going to save it anywhere. We've done this before. I'm just going to go okay, it'll be an empty song, because what I want to do is I want to go to song setup. So then you're going to go to Studio One, Options. You find this as well, the setting we've just done now. So you can, if you want to set it up as we did now, or either way, you can just go into the song and then have your device set up. But I always find it better to have a template or anything ready and just have it set up and you're ready to go anytime you need to. But when you're in the song, there's one extra button here that you will see that wasn't there, and this is song setup. So now you can go to song setup, and you're going to go to input output setup, because this is pretty much where you're doing your routing of coming in from your device into what you're going to call whatever input it is you want to. So you can see what I have here is I've actually got two devices that I'm pretty much using at the same time, and here you can see the actual device. So this one, there's a one device, so you have input 1, 2, 3 and 4 of that USB device, and then another audio input. So this is the audio box here. So now I can, and these are actually the inputs of Lexicon and Mega, and these are the two inputs of the PreSonus audio box. So now I can go and I can say I want my Lexicon to go onto LX1. That's what I named it. You can name it anything you want here. I just actually named it LX. So that's LX1, and that is going to be LX1. So the input 1 on my Lexicon number 1 will come into LX1 right here. My number 2 will go into my number 2 there. My number 3 will go into number 3, and my number 4 will go to LX4. My audio box input 1 will go all the way down here and will go into AB1, and my audio box 2 will go all the way down here into AB2. So you can actually do anything you want to. You can move this around any way you prefer, how you want, where you want that to go. You can make that one go to any one of these. It's just easier the way I've done it here, so that you know at this stage I know my Lexicon 1 goes into LX1, and that is what it's going to be called, and you see now why it is important. So any DAW that you're going to find, you're going to want, you probably have the same kind of layout as this, and you're going to want to label them nicely so you know when you plug it into your interface number 1 which one it is, and you can name it, you know exactly where it's going to go. You can, with Studio One, you can add mono tracks, so then it's going to add a lot more mono tracks here. That is, if you have a bigger interface, you're probably going to have 8 or 16 or even 32 depending on the size. You can add a stereo. A stereo will be one like this. So yeah, so this is the whole configuration you can do there. Let me remove all of these. Okay, because this is the configuration I'm going to. So once you've done that, what's nice with Studio One is you can go and you can say make default. So when I click on make default, doesn't matter, and you want to make this output your default in your song, yes, doesn't matter. Anytime I open Studio One, this is what the layout is going to be. So your routing here will not get mixed up with one another. Now, one thing also you can do there, you can go to output, and because I'm using two interfaces, I can use one interface as my main output, and then the audio box I'm using as my secondary output. That's for monitoring or anything like that. But for now, you can just decide where you want to go, so you can do the exact same thing with your output as well. Okay, so now that we have this set up, I quickly want to show what you're going to be doing here. As we've done before, you're going to go right click, or you can go to track and you can go add track. In this case, what you're going to do an audio track, because an audio track is anything you're going to record, like a guitar or a microphone that's plugged into your audio interface. And you're going to, for instance, take this one and you're going to say, I'm going to record a guitar or acoustic guitar or whatever it is, and now you want to know which one it is. So I have, let's say I've plugged in my guitar into the Lexicon number 4, then I'm going to go LX4, and I know when I plug my guitar into Lexicon number 4, the channel number 4, that I know that is what is going to come in here. Let's say I did a microphone, let's make it box. So there's my vocals, and that I plugged into my Lexicon number 1. So now I've got that going to 4 and that into 1, and I can record both of them. Let's just, for the sake of this video, let's do the audio box. Let's do the audio box, and I'm going to make it acoustic guitar, because that is probably a nice mic that I want on the acoustic guitar, just to have a little bit of a warm, maybe with the SM57 or anything like that, and that I'm going to plug into the audio box 1. So I've got these two plugging in directly and this on a mic plugging into the audio box, and that's how I'm picking up my guitar. And here I have a vocal, so now I'm going to record my vocal and my guitar while I play them, and that is how you route it and how you set it up. You can also go here into output and you can see the output. So this is the audio box right here, so this is whatever is plugged into the audio box. The output, this is we can select that level, and this is the main, pretty much will also be your mix down, your whatever's plugged into at this stage, the Lexicon, you'll pick up there. So I hope this helps you a bit with getting your DAW set up. Please note that this is not a sponsored video, and none of the products or companies that are mentioned in this video are sponsored. The hardware and software we use are of personal preference only, or items that we already own and have on hand. The links of the products and companies we use in this video is in the description below. If you like this video and would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when a new video is available. You can also follow us on Facebook at Production Talk channel and Instagram at production.talk. The link will appear on screen and in the description. There you can stay up to date on events, news and upcoming videos. If you have any feedback, suggestions or questions, feel free to drop it in the comments below or via any of the previously mentioned social media platforms. We will try our best to respond to them. Setting up your interface should be roughly the same on other DAWs and interfaces, but be sure to read and understand the user manual to have a better understanding and insight on your interface or DAW. I really hope that this video helps you in getting your recording studio ready to go and recording. Till our next video, take care.